Krishna Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Namaha Srinandanandanam Bande Radhika Charanadvayam Gopijana Samayuktam Vrindavan Manoharam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhaktaya Angashamami Chatyavito Mandi Kratandira Param Jaram Jago Rochasam Patam Barasasya Sriyam Vrindaranya Nivasinam Hridaya Saddama Abhiyamodaram Radha Skanda Niveshitam Ujjvala Pujam Jayam Damodaram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. So first of all I offer pranams to our Gurudev, Vishnupad, Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Ashish Guru, Sri Gauranga Goswami Maharaj, Bhaktivedanta Madhusudana Goswami Maharaj, all devotees, pranam. Despite what Sadhu Maharaj said, Kartik is not over. We still have 9 more days, thank God. So, everyone may be feeling a little tired, I hope not. This chance not come to everyone. How many living entities in the universe, and how many here for Kartik Vrata? So, we're talking about desire. Desire is not bad. If you desire something bad, that is bad. And desire change. Like when we were small, we thought what was important? Toy cars and Lego. So desire also changed. By association, desire changes. So he's praying, I do not want liberation. Na moksha abhidima, again and again. Na chanyam priniham parishadam. I don't want these things. So we were talking last night, apart from Vaishnavism, all are pretty much impersonalists. Whether yogis, whether karmis, jnanis, this religion, that religion, the foundation of all, they do not accept the form of God. Even in India, mostly, if you scratch beneath the surface, mostly people are Panchupasa. Just choose any form, it's all the same. Krishna, Ram, Ganesh, Shiva, Sai Baba, doesn't matter. So this feeling is very much dangerous. It destroys devotion. So only someone is very fortunate they come out of that conception. How you come out of that conception? Only by some contact with a Vaishnava, no other way. Bhaktivinoda Thakur it describes, because the soul is a spark of the Swarup Shakti. Therefore the qualities of the Swarup Shakti, Sat, Sandini, Samvit, Vladini, they're minutely present in the soul. Not fully present. Therefore the soul in this world can taste Brahmagyan. The potency of existence is there in minute, impersonal existence, impersonal knowledge. And the potency of Ladini that is present in Jiva in a minute form, in the form of impersonal happiness. That without the mercy of devotees, by their own efforts, no one can come out of impersonalism. So therefore should always keep this association. So it's not a matter of small good fortune, someone accepts the form of Krishna. Even in India, most people accept a little scratch, they think this form is temporary. Most people, even in India, they think this form is temporary form. But only the Vaishnavas believe, no, God, Krishna's form is eternal. And the soul also has a form. Soul is not formless. Who was saying? Who was saying yesterday? I think it was Jayashree. She thought God was just a blob of nothing. Quote unquote. People believe, most people believe there is a God, but who is He? What is He? No idea. He exists, but He's everywhere. He has no form, which is one form of atheism. Actually, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Okay, Nilambari, listen. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, those who accept God but don't accept the Vedas, they are atheists. So, Idamte Vapurnat Gopala Balam Sadame Manas Avidastam Kiman. So Satyavrat Rishi is giving up all other desire. Again and again we see the devotees give up all other desire except the desire to serve Krishna. The desire to serve Krishna is not a material desire, because you desire to serve Him for His happiness. So it's not a selfish desire. So it's like Krishna Bhakta Niskarma Ataiva Shanti Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Karma Ataiva Shanti. Only the devotee is peaceful. Shanti. Why? Because they have no desire for anything for themselves. Someone can say, but desire to serve Krishna, this is desire, but this is not selfish desire, because they desire to serve Krishna for their happiness. Like the coward boys. Like Ambarish Maharaj, it said, all his desires he used in the service of Krishna. So desire is good if dovetailed in the service of Bhagavan. Like Gurudev was talking one time about the Damodar, the fire in Vrindavan. All the cows and calves went to the forest. And there was one forest of manju grass. Manju is like a big dry. It has the white top on the top. This is manju then. So it's very flammable. So one servant comes and wanted to finish all Krishna's calves and boys. So they made a fire. There are no cows and boys suffering. Krishna, Krishna, save us. So I remember Gurudev, this seems to be not devotion. Oh Krishna, save us, Krishna, save us. I remember Gurudev said, that's right, only you have devotion. The coward boys have no devotion. He was joking. Then he said, oh Krishna, save us, because if we die, who will serve you? If you die, you will be sad, so save us. Even devotees have desire, but all that desire is actually for Krishna's satisfaction, Krishna's happiness. No? So, Yidante Vapurnatago Sadame Manas Avrastam Kima. So devotees at this stage have so much greed to remember Krishna. Our greed is very weak. Our mind always goes to other objects. So devotee, again and again we have to hear. Like Britasur. Nanaka Pristam, na Chapadamestam, na Sarvabomam, na Nasadi Patam, na Yoga Siddhina Apuna Bhuvamscha. He prayed. Oh Krishna, Nanaka Pristam. I don't want any to become king of this earth planet. Nanaka Chapadamestam. I don't even want to become Sarvabhoma. That means like emperor of the earth. Or even the position of Lord Brahma, the king of the universe. Narasadi Patyam. I do not want residence in the lower planets. In the lower planets is so much enjoyment. Narasadi Patyam. Na Yogi Siddhi, I do not want yogic perfections. Like you read autobiography of a yogi. That book, the first half of this book is just describing the yoga siddhis. You know, one yogi, he would meditate and bring pomegranates from Afghanistan by his meditation. So many people enchanted by that. Oh, how wonderful. The devotee gives up all these desires. Na yogi siddhim, na apuna bhuvamscha. I even want to give up the desire of freedom from birth and death. I don't want liberation. No? If Krishna said to the devotee, I want you to take birth again, devotee happy, yes. If you want, I'm ready. Like one time Didi was talking about this. like the horrible nature of the material world. And then she said, but still, no, we are happy here. We have Thakurji, we have Radha, Lalit, Madhav. Imagine this temple without Radha, Lalit, Madhav. So we have Thakurji, we have Prasad, we have Tulsi, we have Harikatha, we have Vrindavan, we have Gurudev Sangha. So this type of birth is actually great happiness. Actually, it's that the devotee don't mind taking birth again and again because they're so happy. Okay, if I die, I have to take birth, but let me take birth. Esa kripa karo siddhate dio Vrindavan ko das. Okay, if I have to take birth, let me take birth here and somewhere in Vrindavan. Wherever I take birth, I want association of devotee. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Kita janma hao jata tuha das bahir mukha brahma nahi moras. Okay, Krishna Chandra is still awake? How can someone sleep while standing up? That is truly a yogic siddhi. We're talking about yogic siddhis, there he is. You could sleep while standing up. What's that talking about? Something important was that. Oh, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur promised. He prayed, Krishna, I don't mind even taking birth as a worm, as long as I'm a devotee worm, as long as I can be in the house of your devotee. So sometimes devotee may make a mistake, but Krishna is very kind. Sometimes, like it said, all these pigs and monkeys, I've heard. Last life there were devotees but did some aparad. Maybe they stole some money or a little greedy or lusty. So Krishna punishes them, but it's not a punishment, it's one blessing. Okay, you are very greedy like a pig, you are very lusty like a monkey. Be a pig and monkey, but in Vrindavan. Here in Vrindavan, even the monkeys do pranams. Monkeys always take prasad. But don't kick me out of Braj, don't kick me out of sadhu-sangha. So devotee always has this desire, but no other desire. So sometimes devotee even make mistakes, but still Krishna keep them in sadhu-sangha. Actually, should I tell the story? It's a long story, but it's quite interesting. When I was in Hawaii, there was one disciple of Gurudev. She's a bit mystic. So she was telling the story, she had one bird. Some bird. And this bird, every time we put on the kirtan, he would dance. Every time. We turn off the kirtan, no dance. On kirtan. Every time. Canaries. And of course, because bird in devotee house always getting prasad. Then he died. The bird died. And that night, the bird came in her dream, in a human form. And bird said, thank you very much. Last life I was devotee. I made some mistake. And now I become bird, but you are too much kind. You always give me prasad, you always give me kirtan. So I'm thanking you very much. Now I'm moving on to my next destination. Then she saw the devotee in the dream and she knew that devotee. So she pointed to him, this is him. And she showed me a photo. And I became shocked because I knew him. It was like, and this devotee, he was from Cuba. I remember, he was the first Cuban devotee I ever met. Lakshman's only half Cuban. And half devotee. So I remember that devotee because he was the first Cuban Hare Krishna I ever met. So I remembered him. I forget his name. Anyway, but I remember his face. So I was just, that was astonishing for me. And then a few years later, I was in San Francisco. And we were talking about that. I didn't tell him about the bird story, but we were talking about that devotee. And he told me that the second half of the story, he said, he used to like Gurudev. Maybe he was even disciple, I'm not. Maybe he was disciple of Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami, but he liked Gurudev. He would come for some Then another devotee told me this story. One day he came to Gurudev with a bird in a cage. And he taught this bird to speak, and he thought Gurudev would like it. But Gurudev became very angry at him. And Gurudev chastised him heavily. You fool! Gurudev called him a fool. You fool. Get rid of this bird immediately. Get rid of it. And Gurudev was quite angry and strict. Get rid of this bird. Get rid of it immediately. You don't need this in your life. So the devotee was okay. So he put the bird for sale in a bird shop, pet shop. But he was so attached to the bird, every day he would go and visit it. And then he got a job in that shop, just to be next to the bird. He died, and what was he thinking of the time of death? Bird. So that's his bird, Hawaiian, human bird in Hawaii, suffered. And again, some chance. So Krishna is very kind. I don't know. Anyway, so sadame mana savestam kimani. You have to remember Krishna. If we think of something else at the time of death, you will go there. No? So first, he's just remembering Krishna, but remembering Krishna also give a result. He wants to see Krishna directly. No? So he's talking here. Idam Sadhu Maharaj was discussing. Krishna's form so much attractive. So devotees should always hear Krishna's name, Krishna's form, Krishna's qualities, Krishna's activities. Like this different type of kirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. This is Nam Kirtan. But all this describing Krishna's form, this is Rupa Kirtan. Idamti Mukam Bojamabhyaktami. Krishna dark like a rain cloud. Gurudev had one African devotee, Ashram Maharaj. And he asked Gurudev, is Krishna black? And he said, yes, but Krishna's very beautiful, not like you. That very charming form of Yakti, like Nila Radha Lalit Madhav. After Abhishek, how much he shines. Have you seen? So much he shines, especially after Abhishek. Especially after some Chapan Bhog, then he really shines. So, Avyakta Nila. His hair is also very black. Normally babies are born mostly no hair, right? Or some bits here and there. But Krishna born with full head of hair, very attractive from birth. Britam Kuntale Snigdha Nachascha Gopa. That hair covers his face sometimes. It goes quite long. Therefore, Gopi Geet, the gopis pray, oh, Krishna's hair, this is like a net, like a trap. And the gopis' eyes are like Kanchanaksha birds, like wagtail birds. Like Radharani's eyes are very restless. Like in Australia we call them willy wagtails. These birds, their tails go like that. Radhika's eyes like that. So the gopis, like birds, very greedy to eat something. The gopis' eyes, very greedy to taste the beauty of Krishna's face. Therefore, but this hair of Krishna like a net, like the bird goes to eat the bait, then captured it. So the gopis say, once our eyes go to your face, your hair traps our vision. Our eyes cannot go to another place. So this hair is a little bit very sweet, very attractive. The devotees always meditate on that hair. Even they say the hair is very bad. The hair is like one type of stool. Hair and fingernails. Like stool and urine come from the body. Hair and fingernails, one type of stool. But Krishna's even hair and fingernails, so much attractive. Like we said, Brahma, Rupa Goswami said, so much nectar coming just from the toenails of Krishna. From the like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's hair also. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's hair like capturing all the hearts of the devotees, millions and millions of devotees. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas, and all devotees, their life hair shattered. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shaved off that hair, which is very dear to us. So there was one hairdresser, his name was Madhu Baba. Like even in India still there's caste for different type of work. Like garbage man, one caste. Hairdresser, a caste. Who serves the deity, another caste. Who runs the shops, another caste. So by caste he was a, what they call, nabi, hairdresser. So they called him to perform the shaving head for Mahaprabhu's sannyas. Still awake, Jagannath? But when he saw the beautiful hair of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he refused. No, I cannot. So they did a drama here a few years ago, remember? Of Mahaprabhu's sannyas. Beautiful. Actually, it was very beautiful. Actually, when that drama was here, how did you would sit there like, you sit in Harikatha, or like you sit for Gayatri, like so much serious. And beautiful conversation between Mahaprabhu and the hairdresser. Very beautiful. That original is in Chaitanya Bhagavat, if you will. The hairdresser saying, how can I shave your head? You are Brahman, I am just an ordinary person. I cannot shave, I cannot do like this. Then Mahaprabhu said, if really you believe I am Brahman, I am ordering you, cut my hair. Like this very dialogue between. I am your servant, you are my master, how can I do? If really you think I am your master, I am ordering you, shave my hair. But Madhu did not want. But what Bhagavan wants, that will happen. So Yogamaya took him, his mind, everything, and shaved his head. But when he finished half the head, then Mahaprabhu began dancing with only half. Like intoxicated. Then when all the devotees saw the hair of Mahaprabhu on the ground, all weeping bitterly. All weeping. Even those who came to make fun of Lord Chaitanya, when they saw that, they also weeping. And people just saw the crowd, they didn't even know what's happening, they just came. When they saw the people weeping, they also weep. But why? I don't know. Then Madhu was so much, I did such a sin, such a low act. Then he said, I never do this again. So he took his razor and mirror and scissors, he took his box and threw it in the gun. I never shave another head. And he became a sweet maker. So Britam Kuntalishnik Derakashchago. Again and again, devotees kissing, like something very cute, especially baby. No harm, mother is kissing, no harm. So those in Basali Ras also kissing, like mothers. Maybe friends also, Sakuras, something. And those in Batsali Ras, another mood. So Mohus Chumbitam Bimba, Rakta Dalama. The lips of Krishna, this, all the nectar of Krishna's lips in Krishna there. Therefore Krishna's lips very red. Bimba Rakta. There's a fruit, you can see it sometimes in Vrindavan. When you go, especially Ucha ground, when you go up the stairs to Lalita Sakhi's birthplace, there's a huge bimba tree there, a vine. So that bimba fruit, very soft. Anyone seen a bimba fruit? It's like a tomato, but a little long and very soft. You touch it, it bruises. So soft and very red. So Krishna's lips like that. Therefore the gopis say, this fruit's so intoxicating. Why? He's always drinking that nectar. So gopis like co-wives, little envious. So gopis also so much speaking badly about the flute of Krishna. He is very, like to take birth as a tree is a low birth. So one gopi says, how much Sukriti this flute has, this bamboo flute? Then another gopi criticized, how could he have Sukriti? If he had Sukriti, he wouldn't be born as a tree. Like we hear now, Mani Griva Nal Kuvera, so sinful that now it cursed them to become trees. Because of all species of life, the tree is the poorest. Even a dog can move house to house and get a chapati, or a dog can move somewhere and drink some water. But a tree cannot do anything. Tree has to suffer. So birth as a tree is very low birth. So some gopis criticizing him too much. He is very low family. He is full of holes. He has no nectar. Then another gopi said, anyway, no matter how much you criticize him, look where he is and look where we are. He's always drinking that nectar which belongs to us. Maharaj gave an example like, imagine we fill the tiffin And that Tiffin's going to Yogamaya. Every day prasad from Radha Krishna goes to Yogamaya every day. Imagine halfway, the messenger, Singagriva, opens the tiffin, what's for lunch today? So Gopi said, this flute is like this. This nectar is meant for us. We are the gopis. We are females. And this flute, he's just a messenger. He's just to deliver this nectar to us. But what's he doing? Halfway through, he's taking everything for himself. So all devotees glorify the nectar of Krishna's lips. All devotees, all rasas. And how do we get the nectar of Krishna's lips? When we take prasad. That nectar is there. We are very unfortunate. We just tasting paneer and masala, chili. Some devotees here. Where's Leelavati's son? Is he listening? Is he even here? Is Leelavati's son here? Is Leelavati here? Vyas, don't think this is too spicy. Don't think like that. It's like material vision. Devotees don't taste masala or spice or chili. What they taste? The nectar of Krishna's lips. Of course, we're not that level, but at least we should pretend. Fake it till you make it, someone said yesterday. Sadhana, we are practicing to achieve that taste. Like Mahaprabhu had that taste. When Raghunath Das Goswami, we see gradation. His development was gradation. First Mahaprabhu said, go home, be with wife, be with parents, serve them. Outside be like a normal person, but inside keep faith to Krishna. But when he gave up everything, Mahaprabhu changed his instructions. Raghunath was begging food from the Food for Life. Then finally he stopped taking money from his father. Then finally Raghunath not invited me for lunch, long time. What's he doing? Then Swarup Damodar said he was also taking free food from the Jagannath temple, but he stopped that also. Then what's he eating? Then if you look at the Jagannath temple, there's a spout from the temple. A little, like a drain. You can still see it now. So all the rice, when they wash the rice and vegetables, the old rice and vegetables goes out of the drain into one. You can't go near it now, but I guess in Mahaprabhu's time it was open. And the cows go there and eat all the rice and vegetables which comes from the kitchen. But some rice and vegetable becomes a little rotten. Even the cows don't eat it. Come on. Ever seen anything a cow doesn't eat? Quite rare. So Raghunath Goswami tastes that old rice and he washes it in the ocean. He washes it. Inside the rice is a little bit which is not rotten, very hard. So he washes, he takes that very hard inside part of the rice, he takes a little salt and eats it. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this, he became so happy. Because Mahaprabhu too much happy when he see renunciation. When he see renunciation, Mahaprabhu become pleased. So Mahaprabhu heard and Mahaprabhu went to Raghunath when he was taking his rice. And Mahaprabhu snatched it. And Mahaprabhu ate a handful, 2 handfuls. And Mahaprabhu said, "Oh Raghunath, every day you are having such a feast. And you are not inviting me. What type of person you are? Like someone who every night cooks prasad in their own room. Every night, right? And never one time asked the Vaishnavas who live in that, would you like some prasad? I said, even a grihastha, before eating, they should announce, anyone want Mahaprasad, come, want to speak of sannyasi, or anyone else. I can never see Didi cooking and eating alone in room. Always sharing. So Mahaprabhu said to him, you are like that. You are every day having feast, but you never invite me. What is your character? Mahaprabhu jokingly. Then Mahaprabhu snatched that rice and eating, and Mahaprabhu described, then Mahaprabhu went into ecstasy, described the taste of the nectar of the lips of Krishna, just taking that old rice and salt. That is Mahaprabhu's vision. Anyway, our vision is not like, but at least we should try, commence, begin that. So, Muhus Chumpitam Bimba Ratada. This is Krishna's lips. This is called Adar Amrita. Amrita is one form of nectar. If you take Amrita, you never die. So Gopi is complaining. We took the nectar of Krishna's lips, therefore we become immortal, we cannot die. That is like a curse. Not seeing Krishna's face, we cannot live. But because we took that nectar, we cannot die also. We cannot live, we cannot die. So, Manas Aviraste Malam Lakshanam. So he's praying, I want again and again, remember Krishna. But remembering Krishna is one happiness, but directly seeing Krishna, that would be another happiness. Right, Padabda? Unfortunately, we are not remembering Krishna, what to speak of directly seeing. So meditating is one platform, but devotee not happy just by meditation. Imagine someone comes here the day after Kartik, the day we break their feet. They run here, but all the eggplant is finished, all the tomato chutney is gone. Nothing's left. They're very hungry, and you say to them, Mahamantra, just meditate on what we have. Would you be satisfied by that? If too much hungry. So someone who is maybe someone is very full, someone has no hunger, they can meditate on food and not feel distress. But someone who is very hungry and you tell them to meditate on food, they abuse it. They become angry. So devotee, high class devotee, not happy just by meditating on Krishna, they want to directly serve Him. How can we get Krishna? How we can directly see Him? Only one way, that is name of Krishna. The name of Krishna reveals the form of Krishna. Rupa Goswami gave this sequence. How can I see Krishna's form? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The name reveals the form of Krishna. Then you keep chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Then the name reveals the qualities of Krishna. Then more Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Then the name reveals the pastimes of Krishna. Rupa Goswami said, Tanama Rupa Charadadi Sukhita Nami Smrityo Kramena Rasana Manasini Yojan Chistan Braje Tadanuragi Jananugami Kalam Naya Dakilam Upadashna. What is the essence of all advice? The essence of all advice, we are doing this Kartik. Stay in Braj, Chistan Braje, be in Vrindavan. Okay, maybe we're not too much lucky, we cannot live here full time, but every year we should come. Gurudev would insist, devotees should come every year. Madhu, is still awake? Being here and sleeping is not called Brajabas. Every class she sleeps, every class. This is big enough. You should stand up like Madhu. So, Chistan, every year we should come. Someone asked Param Gurudev, I come here, I feel enthusiastic, but when I go back I become weak. So that time there was no electric clocks, you had wind-up clocks, right? Even as a kid I remember my watch, you had to wind it every day, revealing my age. If you do not wind, it goes flat. So Param Gurudev said, if you don't wind the clock, it becomes flat. So you have to wind it regularly. So Param Gurudev would say you have to wind it twice a year. We have to wind our brain. Of course, they live in India, so it's easy for them. So we say every year, what is winding? Kartik Vrat, Kartik Parikram. And second winding is Navadvip Parikram. Because of various circumstances, we could not do our Navadvip Parikram, but from the 2026, we'll be doing Navadvip Parikram. Yay! But anyway, at least try once a year. Sell a kidney, but try and come. So, Tanama Rupa Charatadi Sukhitana. Rupa Goswami said, what is the essence of advice? Live in Vrindavan. we should have some desire for living in Vrindavan. Even we cannot live in Vrindavan, but we should think, I want to live in Vrindavan. In material life, you only get the result after an activity. In material life, you only feel satisfied after eating. But in bhajan, if you just think, I will do this, I want to do this, just by thinking that, you get the result. Like it said, if someone thinks, I will hear the Srimad Bhagavatam, I want to hear it. Or there's a Bhagavad Saptaha coming, yes, I want to come. But you don't go, you cannot come. But it said, just by someone who desires, I want to hear the Bhagavatam. Then the Bhagavatam says, at that moment Krishna appears in the heart of someone who just desires to hear. What does if Krishna appears in the heart of someone who just wants to hear, imagine what happens to someone who actually hears. I want sadhusanga. I want to be in Vrindavan. Just by this desire, also too much, someone who just thinks like that have too much security. I remember I came here in Vrindavan, maybe 91. I was not devotee, one type of rakshas. But we walked from Delhi to Vrindavan. It took like 3 weeks. And we stayed here 2 weeks. But I remember, here was like magic. I didn't know anything Krishna Smishnadam. But it was such an atmosphere here, like magic. I remember, I'd wake up and you just, wow. You could feel it, this place is magic. And I remember clearly one night, every night I'd go on the street and get some carrot halwa. But I remember, one night I was thinking, I've been everywhere in India. But there's no place like this. I like this place too much. One day I want to live here. I remember clearly the thought. I remember where I was standing, clearly I remember the thought. I want to live here one day. And Krishna hearing that, hopefully he didn't hear everything else. But Krishna take the essence of everything. Bhav Grihijana. We have a millionfold, but one good quality. Krishna accept that. So Saraswati Thakur said, let them have millions of faults, but let them stay in sadhusanga. They will be rectified. They will be liberated. They will get devotion. So, if we want Krishna, Rupa Goswami said, stay in Braj. If you cannot always live in Vrindavan, you should stay by mind. Maharaj, come and save the devotees. So Tista, if you cannot live in Vrindavan, remember Vrindavan. If you're in Russia or if you're in wherever you are, remember Vrindavan. Every morning, how we remember Vrindavan? Take your mala every morning and remember. Gurudev would say, when you go from here, remember all these places. Gurudev would often tell us, when you chant mala, you remember all these things, all these places we're going. Remember. Radha Kund, Sham Kund, Giriraj Govardhan, this Sringharavat, Seva Kund, the bank of the Yamuna. We can remember all these things. That is also bhajan. So that is the essence. Tadnama Rupa Charatadi Sukhi. This is sequence Rupa Goswami gives in Upadesha. Nam, Rup, Gun. Someone else, Govind said, how you know you chant the pure name of Krishna? How do you know? Am I chanting Nama Parad? You'll know because when you chant you're sleeping. That's a good indication. Namabas or Sudhanam. Govind said, how do you know when you chant the pure name of Krishna? He said, immediately like a flash of lightning, the threefold form, bending form of Krishna will appear before you immediately as you chant the pure name. Because Krishna, his name is same. So he would say, after this session, don't ask me where is Krishna. I have already given him to you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So Krishna has so many names. So Namo Dev, Damodar, Ananta Vishnu, Prabhu. These are all different names of Krishna. So Krishna has so many names. Some are primary names, some are secondary names, Gauna and Mukhya names. If we have time tomorrow, we'll talk about these different names of Krishna. Nam Namakari Bahodo. Krishna has so many names, unlimited names. Inside his names, Krishna has put himself inside his names. We are too much unfortunate. Other things give us happiness, other things give us excitement to us apart from the name of Krishna. So we will hear all about this maybe tomorrow. Shri Kartik Prat ki jai, Shri Damodar Astakam ki Gopremanande